Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of a new City Skylines series. I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for all of your support and viewership. It really means a lot to me that you even clicked on my videos. Especially since I just started this channel, it's nice to see how well my content is doing, and I'm hoping that you guys are really starting to enjoy it as well. I am making adjustments as I go along with editing styles and all of that, just to make the content more enjoyable for you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to show my gratitude for you all and just say thank you for all of the support so far, as I am just starting out as a brand new YouTuber. But yeah, so today, episode 3, we've got some changes that we need to do. I've got some plans worked up. So the first thing I do want to do is change the city name. I had someone comment on my last video to change it to Rio Caliente, and I thought that was very fitting, but I think I'm going to adjust the first word a little bit and name the city Delta Caliente, because rather than it just being one singular river, it's more of a delta because it's like a network of rivers. So I think that's more fitting. So I think I'm going to name the city Delta Caliente, and that is going to be the new city name. So welcome to Delta Caliente, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying this build so far. I know I am, and I can't wait to keep progressing and expanding the city. And that also is going to be part of what we're going to be doing today. In this episode, I'm planning on detailing this couplet road just in the middle, and then we're going to start adding in some public transit. We're going to get the beginning set for that. We're going to start adding some of that in, and then I want to continue developing this city park. And as before I've mentioned, I still do need names for this city park. Smith Meadows is great, but I would love to have an original name for it. And then we're also going to be adding in a city center plaza. So I'm really excited to start all of this. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to, since we have all of our layout pretty much set, I don't think I'm going to lay out any more roads in this episode. I might change my mind and do that, but for now I think I'm going to keep it the same. We're going to press play, and then we're going to start kind of laying out the city center plaza. So I think a great location for this city center plaza would be over in this area, just because it's right next to this couplet road, and we've got the two, this collector road and this arterial road. I guess both arterial roads. So it's kind of just in a centralized location as the title City Center Plaza stands. So we're going to just lay out some roads, and we're gonna start laying out this little city center plaza. I'm thinking about adding in some actual plazas, some park space, some green space, and we're just gonna make it a huge big attraction for everybody. I think it's gonna look really nice. So we're gonna go out, we're gonna do a 2 by 3 because I want to line it up with this road right here, a 2 by 3 block, 3-unit block, just to give us enough space to fit everything that I want to fit into it. So we've got this whole green space right here. I think I'm going to make a connection right here with this couplet. I think that's the only connection. I don't want to really add one right here. I think I just might, because it would be nice for these guys to be able to just have a straight access. It's kind of close to the arterial, but I don't think it'll affect it too much. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to add in some park space. So we've got a bunch of options here. We've got a small park, a small playground, a park with trees. I think I'm going to want to add in that. And then we've also got a large playground, we've got a bouncy house, a botanical garden, and we've also got a dog park. And this carousel, I don't think I'm gonna add that in though, but we've also In this tab, we've got our actual plazas, which I want to add into the city as well. So I think I'm going to start off with this big park with trees. I feel like this is going to be sort of one of the bigger attractions of the park. We're going to put it right on this side of the street. We're going to put it right here, because there's a 5 gap that I want to leave, 5 unit gap that I want to leave for these plazas. So then we can fit in a plaza right there, or just fit one in on each side like that, and that'll be perfect. We can add in some some pathway extensions and hook these up to the road. Do it like that. We'll add in some on this side as well later. But we are going to continue placing down some park stuff. So I want to add in a couple of playgrounds. How big is this large playground? Okay, that's not bad. I could fit it over here on this side. I think I might just do that and leave some green space right here. And then I want to add in, I think I want to add in a dog park as well. This will go perfectly right here. So then that way people can also bring their dogs to the dog park and be able to have fun with that. Yeah, I think that's gonna go really well. Do we need a large playground or a small playground? I don't know. We've also got this small park, which is not really that small. It's quite big actually. But I'm thinking that we could put this right here. And then the rest is going to just be green space, because I kind of want to have like an abstract form of pathways that kind of go along these parks. I think it'll be really nice to kind of like not have it always be like super symmetrical. So I'm going to snap it to the grid, and we are going to just have these park paths come off like this and kind of just be more of an abstract sort of a look. I think that'll be really fun, and kind of just like, create little like sections like that. And I think it looks really nice. We obviously are going to be adding in a few trees. We'll just put in some live oaks here and there to add some more green. There's already quite a bit in here. I'm not going to do too much. I kind of want to leave these open spaces for like places for people to like just lay out in the sun. Maybe bring like a picnic bench, or not a picnic bench, a picnic blanket, and like have picnics in like this open green space right here. I think that'll look really nice. We are gonna add some fences just to like kind of keep it just a little bit sectioned off. As I'm not gonna like section off the whole thing. I just don't want to have this like zoning on the edge of this road. Just so that I don't inadvertently zone anything here. So we're gonna leave it just like that. I think I might add in a couple of bush lining, just to accentuate the park paths. I think it'll look really nice. So we're gonna add in some bushes like this. Yeah, I think that'll be a really nice touch. That way it still looks nice, but it's not like completely sectioning off these areas to the public. I don't think that it'll like really affect how many people are able to get in to these areas, as if they don't already like use them. So I think that's really funny. But yeah, so we've got this new park. I kind of want to make it its own little thing. I know it's not like an actual park, but we've already got one of those right there, and that one's quite big. So I'm just going to make this its own little district, and I'm just going to name it like Central Park or something. Not to like take after New York or anything, but I think it's going to turn out to be super nice. We've got that. We don't need to do any default styles or anything. We've got our Central Park. And now we're good. We just need to get power over here, which we can do if we start zoning in some more residential. So we're going to start that a little bit. I only want to zone half of this block in as residential, because the other half is going to be commercial because it's up against the couplet. So we're going to do that. But I also want to make it more high density, I guess, because this is where it starts to get a little bit more high density, where the buildings start to get taller. So we're just not gonna make these historical buildings. We're gonna leave them be, and we're gonna let them upgrade. So hopefully that'll connect the power once those zone in, and these won't be out of power at the moment. So now that we've got this Central Park sort of basically built, we are going to move on to the next item of business. I think now I'm going to do a little time lapse of me detailing the couplet road. It's quite bare at the moment. It's kind of just boring. I would love to add some decorations to it. And I think one of the bigger goals that I had in mind for the couplet road was to add in a form of transportation that kind of ran through the middle of it. But obviously we don't have public transportation open up yet. So we are very close to unlocking it though, because it does unlock with the next advancement, and then with that advancement we get, let's see what we get for public transportation. Okay, it looks like we get trolley buses. I know we'll definitely be getting regular buses. I'm not sure if we get trams yet. I think my idea was kind of to put a tram line in the middle of this couplet road that kind of just ran down the couplet and service this kind of like U-shape that the couplet's going to make, because obviously it's going to go down this way and then come back and go down this way. So it would be nice to have a tram line that kind of serviced all of these people, while these maybe tram lines slash metro lines or whatever I end up doing for these arterial roads, while these go off into the downtown and kind of go more off this way. So I think the goal right now is to just reach the population level, which is what I'm going to try and do. So I'm going to zone in some more residential. We're going to zone in this block, and then we're going to zone in these couple of blocks as well. I want to check my districts real quick. Okay, yeah. So we need to redraw our districts or just expand them. I'm going to make this industrial park go all the way out to the couplet road. We're going to kind of just do that, and then it'll just follow along for a little, expand that out. And then this old town, I'm going to expand all the way to the couplet road. This will all be old town because it's still technically old town. It's not really much of a new town at the moment, as this is only episode 3 of the series. But yeah, so we are going to get that zoned in, maybe if I can draw it correctly. But yeah, so we are going to zone all this in as Old Town, and I believe we can put some policies in. There's not really much that I want to do right now for these policies, though. We do unlock more with the next upgrade. I do want to do parks and recreation, just because I like doing that. It increases the land value around the parks, which is always a great thing. Good land value is always desirable for anybody living anywhere. So that's a good fact to have. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna zone in or draw in another district over on the north side of this couplet or this arterial road. Of course, I would love to hear your guys' suggestions on what to name these districts, as I do not have any original names at the moment. I kind of want to hear what you guys have to say anyways. I just want to get your thoughts and incorporate you guys into this build, so that would be really nice. Right now it's Dean District, but we can always change that in the future. Also, I just realized I was playing this game, obviously, after I've been recording, and I realized that the infinite money mod is on. So I'm going to go change that real quick, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, we are back. So it turns out I spent way too much money than what I actually had, and we are in the negative. But don't worry, we are in the positive with the money that we are earning, so we will break even soon enough. I was like wondering how I could build that Central Park so quickly with all those parks. But yeah, so we're back now. Everything's good. I guess we're still just waiting for the population to hit 2,200 so we can hit that next milestone. We are getting very close. We are just waiting for these residences to zone in, and we'll be hitting that milestone here very shortly. Then we can start adding in public transportation, and then I can also detail this couplet road, make it look nice, and begin like kind of just making our city look very presentable and very desirable for people to want to live in. So that's really fun. I guess I'm just gonna lay out some more roads. I know I keep saying that I'm like not gonna do something one episode, but then I end up doing it anyways. Actually, just kidding. I can't do that because I don't have any money. I guess we're just gonna just wait. I guess we'll just admire the city and wait for these last few residences to kind of zone in. And there we go. We've hit Boomtown. We reach a population of 2,200. It unlocks a new area. We've got airport areas, which I really don't know why they unlock so early, because a town of 2,200 people does not even need an airport. I don't know. I think it's weird. But we will be incorporating public transportation like trams. We do get trams, which is nice, and buses. We've got a bunch of new policies. We've got new roads, which is super nice. We've got some of these really nice roads with trams and trees and grass and all of that. It makes them look really nice. And then we've got some healthcare that we have to deal with now. Basically death care, elder care, and child health centers. We've also got some more surface assets within the fire department, like emergency shelters and all of that, dealing with that. We've got some ferry stuff, and we've got just other upgrades. So with that said, we did get a bunch of money with that new upgrade, which is amazing, which means that we are going to start incorporating some public transportation into the city. Okay, so I know this is not very realistic for a city of this size, but I think I want to add in a tram line / depot. Unfortunately, we do not have enough money for that right now, but I think I'm going to lay out some tram tracks while we wait for that money to rack up, I guess. I do want to put these tram tracks in the middle of this couplet road. I do know that I want to put some of these tram tracks in the middle of the couplet road. I think it's just going to be able to service this community very nicely. And it's gonna add another element to this couplet. We'll add in some decorations to the side once we get that all figured out though. But I think it's going to be a really nice asset for the city to have, because this couplet road already serves so many people. It's going to be really nice for there also to be a public transportation option within the couplet road itself as well. So we are just going to add in this tram line to that, and we are going to add just another element of transportation, and I think it's going to look really nice. I can't wait for it to be detailed. We're going to do that next. But for now, we're just going to add in these tram tracks. We are going to need to make a little place for the tram line to sort of come back around, because it needs to circle around and be able to come back. If we are able to do that, I'm actually just I'm gonna figure this out really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It looks horrible, but this is just what we're going to deal with right now. I know that I am going to want to have the tram tracks go over this river anyways. So just having this turnaround over here just works out perfectly. We'll eventually get rid of this and continue on as well with the couplet road. But for now, it's just a switchback point for the trams to be able to come down and come back and be able to service this area. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Hopefully it won't be as tragic as trying to figure out how that one was gonna work, but it should be relatively simple. We're just gonna do this, and we're gonna call that good. This will be another switchback point for now, just so that these trams can run through this little part of the city and start servicing the people. We won't be able to add in the tram depot for a little bit, because we don't have enough money right now. So while we wait for that, I am gonna detail that shouldn't be taking too much money out of our budget, and we should be able to hit that goal pretty soon. So I'm gonna do a quick little detailing time lapse, and we're gonna detail this couplet, and we're gonna make it look good and get the city looking presentable. So let's just get right on into it. Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that very interesting detailing time lapse. It was quite repetitive, but I think it like what I did. I just added in a bunch of bushes to accentuate the tram line, and then also just a bunch of young lindens to do the same thing as well. And I think it just really helps add in a sort of kind of just like natural, just like green belt kind of a look for it. So I think that really helps a lot. Partway through the time lapse, I did realize that death care was a thing that I have to worry about now. So I placed down a cemetery over here to start collecting all of the dead people. And it looks like we're starting to have a bit of an electrical problem as well. So we are going to go check that out and see what is going on. Yeah, we've got 46 out of 46. Is our budget all the way up for... It is. It's even up right now. We're just going to increase it just a little bit more to get that in there, to cover that just for a little bit longer. But we are above $40,000, so that means that we can put in the tram depot now, which is really, really nice. I think I'm going to put it over here in this industrial area because it's just more out of the way. And I think it would look better over here. I think right here is a good spot for it, kind of like right up against this river. It's kind of far away from the residential area, so the noise pollution isn't going to be much of a problem. And then with that, we're just going to have to update or upgrade the roads, so then the tram can be connected to the roads and start servicing the area. We're just going to have to give it a little bit of water first, and then hopefully it'll start be able to run. We're good on water for just a little bit longer. But yeah, so we can start creating our first line, start adding in some stops. I know there's not much services along this couplet road that people would really need to use the tram right now, but I think it would just be fun to have a tram line running this early in the game. So we are going to, I think first off, we are going to make a little bit of a kind of like a turning point for the trams, just so they have a place to come back. So we're gonna make a little service area for the stops and everything. So now we've got this little switchback area for the lines to originate at, which is good. We're gonna start our first line right here. It's gonna come down here, and our first stop is gonna be right there. And then we're just gonna add a stop every server's access point, I guess you could say. We're gonna have a stop be right there, and then we're gonna add in a stop right add in a stop right there, and we're gonna add in a stop right there as well, so that way they can get to this stop right on those paths that I hooked up to the road. And then we're gonna put a stop after this road, and then we are just going to we would have a stop over here. I guess I'll just add that for right now, and then we'll just mimic the same stops on the way back, and then that'll be our first line completed. And then we can start adding in public transportation and get the city up and running. So that is super fun. We've got our first trams on the move. We actually are going to downgrade the trams. We don't need a big amount of capacity right now. So I think I'm gonna go for the lowest one, which is this 65 capacity. We are going to label this line the purple line. I live in Chicago, so I like having colors as the name of some certain lines. It's really nice to be able to differentiate everything. So naming it the purple line, and it's going to start servicing the city, and I am super excited. We can see the new tram starting to come out, and we are going to start being able to service all of the citizens in Delta Caliente. So we're gonna let those do their thing. That's a big thing crossed off my plan today, was to not only decorate the couplet road, but also add in some public transportation. I think it looks really nice. It's definitely just it's gonna be this huge access point for a bunch of people. Obviously it's gonna go up this way, and it's gonna come around and come back up this way, and it's going to be able to service a lot of people, which is super nice. It looks like we are having problems again with some of our electricity. We're just barely on the cusp of being able to afford another coal power plant, so we're just going to raise that budget just a little bit more for right now until we can afford a new coal power plant. But we are going to just zone in some more residential. We've got the demand for it, so we're going to start doing that. Getting some more people living in the city. We're going to add in some parks. I don't actually want to add in any more right now. We've got some really great coverage at the moment, and it's just going to keep depleting our funds. So we are just going to let these new residences zone in, and we are just going to kind of just scan the city and look for things that we need to develop. We've pretty much did everything that I have on my list for this episode, which is super nice. I'm really happy with how it's starting to look. I think it's starting to look really, really, really nice. Definitely becoming more of a desirable city, which is super fun. I think the people here are already loving living in this small town in the middle of this huge arid tropical plain delta landscape. I don't know, but I'm excited to keep continuing, and I don't think we're gonna do a detailing time lapse. There's really not much more to be detailed. I already kind of did most of it within the episode already, so I think I'm just gonna actually end the episode here. um I am gonna try and buy this coal power plant first though, and we'll get this the power locked back in and starting to um feed more power to the people, and we're gonna just decrease our budget really quick because now we have 2 coal power plants, so we don't have to worry about that. We're gonna have them just running at normal capacity now, and we've got our new districts in. Of course, I need some new names for the new district, Dean District. I like Old Town and I like Industrial Park, so I think I'm just going to keep those the same. Central Park is going to stay the same because it's the park, but I do need a name for the other park, though, and this new district, so please drop some comments down below giving me some ideas. I've been loving reading all your comments. I do read them, trust me. They aren't going to waste, so please comment down below any thoughts or any ideas that you have to also help make these videos more enjoyable. But I do really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and like to see the progression of the city. I know I am. I'm super excited to keep going. But that's all I have for you guys today. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Share this video to your friends who are also City Skyline nerds like me. I'm sure they'll enjoy it, but if not, that's okay. I don't mind. But yeah, I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Please, like I said before, comment down below any thoughts that you guys have. And I guess I'll just see you in the next one. We are going to do a little bit of cinematics before we go. But until then, I will keep thinking of new ways to improve the city and also read you guys' comments. So be sure to do that. And I will see you guys all in the next one. So peace out.